Hey friends, as times are getting harder and they're predicted to get even harder as we're possibly moving into a recession, I'll link a video that goes into 5 tips that are going to help you get through the recession. But today I want to talk in depth into one of those tips. And that tip is going to be maintaining your cash flow, right? So as things get harder, like I said, I talk more about it in this video, what's happening in the economy and how we can make it through. But as times get harder, right? So what does this mean? This means that people have less money to spend. Inflation is going up. As times get harder for businesses have to be charging more. So what's happening here is people have less money, which means they're spending less, which means as a business, our sales are less. Now, this is a blanket statement. Obviously, it's dependent upon your category. Some categories will thrive during a recession, but for the most part, they're not going to. And especially in women's fashion, I'm not predicting mine to thrive, right? So as people have less money, they are spending less money, right? So our sales are going to continue to decline. How much money we are making are going to continue to decline. And if you think about how a business is run, you make money, you pay shipping, you pay fees, you pay expenses, and your expenses are likely going to start increasing. It's going to start costing, even if it's just a little bit more. These other businesses are trying to survive, so their prices may start increasing as well. Inflation is increasing, right? Your poly mailers start costing a little bit more. The bins that you're having to put items in are going to start costing more. Thrift stores, places that you're sourcing, are going to start costing more. So as your sales come down, your prices are increasing, which means your bottom line, your net, is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And so what you have to do is not try and make more money than you made last year, make more money than you made the year before. This is survival mode time, friends. This is hunker down, figure out what you can do to still have money to run your business and pay your bills and make it through. This is not growth time. Full advice, that would be my advice. This is not growth time. People are not spending a lot of money. This is hunkering down, figuring out how to squeeze the most out of your business so that you can stay in it and make it through the long run. We are in a marathon, not a sprint, friends. So what I am doing, one of the big tips that I mentioned in the video that I linked earlier, there was 6 tips in there. One of the tips is cash flow, right? So you have to have money to run a business. If you are making less sales and you're spending the same amount of money, you're going to eventually run out of money. So what I am doing for cash flow is what I would call, someone said this in one of my videos and I was like, that is what I am doing. Reverse reseller nirvana, right? So reseller nirvana, if you know Chris at Daily Refinement, I will link him down below. If you know Chris at Daily Refinement, he talks about getting to reseller nirvana, which is selling as many items as you're listing. What I'm doing is reversing that, right? So I am selling more items than I am listing. This is not a good long-term solution. I'll talk about that in a minute. This is a hunkering down, making sure that I have enough money to run my business and pay my bills. And I'm going to take that back. I am fortunate to be able to have a 2-income household. So between the 2 of us, but if you are really, this is your only income, you really need to hunker down even more. So we're looking at this chart right here, listed items versus sold items. If you're new to the channel, this is a Sarah Style Sales and Trends dashboard. It's a Google sheet. This has all of my listing information in it. I update it, and then I have access to this chart as well as many, many, many other charts and lots of my other videos. The link is down below. It's a one-time purchase and very customizable to your business, no matter what you sell, where you sell. But we're looking here at the listed items. So you can see so far in January, you guys will probably see this into February by the time I get it listed or posted onto YouTube, but it's still relevant. I am selling more items than I am listing. So 2 things about this. The first thing, I am doing this. Why are you doing this, Sarah? Why are you selling more items than you're listing? I'm doing this because I want more cash flow. If I am buying less items, but I can still be selling as much as I was selling before, I am bringing home more money into my bank account. Now, long term, should you do this? No. Because what's going to happen? If you're selling more items than you are listing, eventually you're going to run yourself out of business from that aspect because you're not going to have any inventory, right? So this is a short-term get cash flow into your pocket strategy. How am I doing this? I am using Sell Similar to get rid of old inventory. I'll link a video up here about what Sell Similar is and how to tell if it's working in your store, looking at your analytics and figuring out how to make it work for you. I am also What else? I'm also promoting. I'm messing around with some of my promoted listings. I'll link a video up here. I actually have quite a few because I am messing with lots of different strategies here. I have quite a few that go into promoted listings, and I will probably continue to have more as I'm trying to figure out the perfect rate that works for me to maintain those sales that I want without spending too much in fees, right? Because that's where it comes into it again as well. If I'm spending more in fees and my margins are already slim, they're getting slimmer and slimmer and slimmer, right? So make sure to subscribe to see videos coming up. And while we're at it, I have a couple more tips, but if you guys like this information, make sure to save, share, like it. That is a way that YouTube is going to promote it so other resellers or other people can see this information as well. And you can also join my memberships to support more content like this. The next thing I can do, so I'm working on my sell-through rate, friends. So my sell-through rate means I'm working on increasing how many items I am selling. And you can look here this is the golden formula for resellers. I talk a lot about it. Oh, you can't see anything. How about that? This is a golden formula for resellers. This is a download that you can get down below. I have lots of videos on what the golden formula for resellers is, not the purpose of this video, but I want to talk a little bit about sell-through. I'm working on keeping my sell-through the same, if not higher, so that I'm making the same amount of sales, but I'm spending less money because I'm not listing. I'm not making more sales because I'm listing more items. I'm making more sales because of other strategies that I'm doing. So these strategies right here, running sales, offers, promoted, working on my SEO, cross-listing, maybe cross-listing to another platform, volume seller, right? Not working on high average sale price items, working on more bread and butter type items. During a recession, people aren't going to have as much money to be selling. And then making sure what you are picking up is in demand. On that note, cross-listing. So I currently sell on 2 platforms. Let me know down below if you guys think I should add a third one. This is an easy way to use the inventory that you have and get it sold in other places without having to buy more inventory. If you liked this video, YouTube thinks that you'd like this video, I'll link a playlist down here. Let's look at the golden formula if you guys want to check that out a little bit more, how to use that. And then make sure to hit that subscribe button and join my memberships to support more content like this.